Hi, Greg Kavanaugh with Gallup Journey Magazine. Today I want to show you the new 2010 Ford Fusion Hybrid. The new 2010 Fusions, both hybrid and regular gasoline models, have a new front end. Between the grille, the new headlights, and fog lamps, I think Ford did a really good job in the styling here, and the new Fusion looks great. Ford has worked hard on the new Fusion to try and increase gas mileage, of course, with any hybrid. They're using a 2.5 liter inline four-cylinder, made it to the nickel metal hydride battery pack in the back, with a CVT transmission and an electric motor in between. Now, using this combination, as with any hybrid, you get better gas mileage in the city than you actually do on the highway. The Ford Fusion here is rated at 41 in the city and 36 on the highway. Now, I actually read an article that using a stock Fusion hybrid, some professional drivers were able to drive around Washington, D.C. and go 1,400 miles on one tank of gas. Okay, so it averaged about 80 miles per gallon. Now, of course, you're not going to see that kind of mileage with just typical driving, but using the EPA estimates, it's safe to assume you can get at least 41, if not better. The tricky part with any hybrid is trying to figure out how do you package the battery in the vehicle. Now, most hybrids use the battery pack below the load floor in the trunk. The Ford Fusion puts the battery pack in between the trunk and the back seat. Now, this allows you to have basically a full-size spare, whereas some hybrids actually run just a run-flat tire with a nozzle or a canister. You can inflate it in an emergency. The hybrid, putting the battery here, gives you that space, but of course it eliminates your pass-through into the passenger compartment. So either way, it's a compromise. I think this is probably a better system because of the spare and so forth. Plus, you get a good-sized trunk, which will handle, a couple suitcases in a family sedan. As I mentioned with the Ford F-150, Ford has this new capless fuel filler. They call it Easy Fuel. And I think this is the way to go. I hope this becomes the industry standard. It's quicker, it's cleaner, it just makes filling up just that much easier and better. Included on this model is the blind spot detection. In both mirrors, there's a sensor that senses when there is someone in your blind spot and lights up. Now, it seems like kind of an extra option, but in daily usage, it's actually quite practical. This hybrid model is also equipped with a navigation system. So it includes a rear view camera underneath the lip here above the license plate that when you put it in reverse, displays in the dash mounted navigation screen. I wanted to give you a sense of the interior in the Ford Fusion. Overall, Ford's done a pretty good job with the quality of materials here. The dash is a nice soft rubbery plastic. The fit and finish is real good. The compartments have a nice solid feel to them. This model is equipped with the optional lighting package, which gives you different colors that you can choose from. I think it's a little unnecessary, but kind of cool. Again, the nav system, display, steering wheel controls, cup holders, and various storage compartments. Again, the rubbery part here for your cell phone. Good quality leather and stitching on it. Overall, just a great interior. They're really improving this, and I have to say it's definitely not going to be a drawback on this vehicle. I wanted to give you a sense of how seamlessly this switches from electric to gasoline, and we'll see if it does it here. I'm at a stop sign, so I'm on EV power. You can see the little yellow on the dash there. And we're going to go for a while here on EV and see if the gas will kick in. You can get a sense of it. So I'm being pretty light on the throttle right now, but nothing too ridiculous. Traffic behind me is not, lined up or anything. So just kind of normal driving, a little slow maybe perhaps, but overall nothing too ridiculous. You can see I'm going almost 30 already, still on electric. Okay, and if I can get a green light up here, I might be able to keep going. Okay, green light, pulling away from almost a stop. Still on electric. And there the gasoline engine kicked on. I wanted to give you a quick overview of the different display settings you can use on the Ford Fusion. You can customize it to show you different information. One of the key features that you've probably read about is this leaf display over here, which gives you a sense of both your average miles per gallon and the way you're driving. The better you drive, the more economically, the more leaves you grow on the vine. Now the display settings can be changed using the setup menu, and that'll allow you to choose from several different settings. Okay, there's inform, enlighten, engage, empower. Kind of hard to read on there. I'm going to show you the different display settings. So in display mode, I'm going to show you empower. With the empower, you get an EV gauge in the corner there. Okay, as well as how much is going to the battery and the acceleration mode as well. Plus you still have your instant miles per gallon readout over here, as well as your leaf mode. Okay, one more setting. I'm going to show you the enlighten mode, which has a little less information. Now you end up still with an EV gauge, as well as a battery meter. Okay, it doesn't show you the acceleration and so forth. And then it shows you the leaves and your instant mile per gallon. Okay, so overall you can see that this displays are fully customizable to help you understand what you're doing when you're driving. So I'm sitting here with the car running. You'll notice that I'm just idling. You don't hear any noise coming from the gasoline engine. It's only electric at this point. And I wanted to show you the nav system. This model is equipped with navigation as well as the sync, which I've done a review on already previously. Just like the instrument cluster, the nav system also shows you kind of your power output and where it's coming from. You have the gasoline engine as well as the electric motor and the battery, and then it kind of shows you while you're driving where that power is coming from, as well as your miles per gallon meter. I'm just going to pull away here and you can get a sense of the electric drive. Okay, and after sitting for a while, the gasoline engine kicks on. Come to a stop sign here. Gasoline shuts off. All electric at this point. Going downhill, coasting. Back on EV, you can see the yellow down there for EV. See just how long we can go on EV only. Up to a stop sign, still on electric power. We're going to go up a slight incline here and we'll see if it kicks on the gas engine or not. And then the gas engine kicked on there. So how do you sum up the Ford Fusion Hybrid? Well, this model equipped with all the bells and whistles retails for about $33,000. Now when you go easy on the options list, you can get it down to $27,000 base. Now when you factor in that this model is going to get basically double the gas mileage of your average sedan, it represents a decent bargain. When you factor in that you're getting this new technology, which is so well integrated, that's when you see that this is a really great solution for Ford. A special thanks to Steve, Mike, and Sal over at Gurley Motors for letting me drive the new Fusion Hybrid.